Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. I am so excited for you to see our new catalog, and today is the first day that you can look at it. So I will be able to show you more than just the cover, which everybody's been showing you. I can show you the inside. And what I'm going to be doing for the next few weeks is down here there's a little inspiration, and they're called card maps. So I've blown it up so it's a little bit easier. And of course there are no measurements. So what I'm going to do is start with one. Right now I'm only going to do the one because I want to show you variations so you can think about that as I go through the rest of these. But I will be making all of these cards and I will be giving you the measurements so that you can do it yourself. If you are watching me on YouTube and you want the project sheet or you want any other information like to request a catalog, etc., go to stampmesilly.com, and on there's a contact me, and it asks whether you want to be on my mailing list or if you just want a catalog. If you have any questions, you can email me at jandufour@yahoo.com. And if there are any products you see in the new catalog, you can purchase them online at jandufour.stampinup.net. All right, let me show you. So again, the first card that we were making is this one. It has two pieces of skewed paper and a little flag tag. And so I decided, since I'll be using 3x3 paper, let me show you. This is the 2026. No, that's not right, is it? Oh my gosh, yes, it is right. Time is flying. There are the 5 new in colors, and I decided to use Peach Pie, which is this color here. And I took, well, actually, let me show you the paper. I took this sheet, and that's the 2 sheets that I used here. I will show you another card later where I used this sheet. In order for me to be able to do multiple cards, I decided that this piece was going to be 3 inches wide so that I could cut 2 out of each 6x6. It is 4 inches long, so I am left with other little pieces, which I am sure will show up on some other card. We'll put that aside for now. So all you need is an A2 card, which is 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. Let's start with that. Then, once you cut the cardstock, which is two cuts, 1x3 and then 1x4, then you just add the layers. Now, exactly where did I lay it? Well, I kind of went by the picture. You can see it's kind of close to the top here, and then this one's higher and kind of close there. So we guesstimated. That looks about right. It's not like anybody's going to know whether you should have put it higher or lower, so it doesn't really matter. Just whatever pleases your eye. And now I'm using the other side. I'm putting it kind of the other way. I kind of want to pay attention to this and then how high up it is. And you can see it in 3 corners. That looks about right. Then I stamped a sentiment, and today's set that I'm using is called Delicate Forest. This is in the new catalog. I used a couple of them that you'll see, but this particular one is Stay Strong, My Friend. You'll get through this. And that could be for just about any trials and troubles. They have really pretty dies, but all I did was, they have pretty dies, if I can take them out and show them to you. This obviously would take up a whole card and be beautiful. And then on the back side, these are some rolling hills type of things, or you could use it along the edge of an envelope. But I used this die. There's 2 different sentiment dies. And all I did was stamp Stay Strong, My Friend. I did put this on, and you'll notice I did not center it, and that's because I want to do it just like it has in the picture of our card map. So we're going to tie a bow, and I used one of the colors throwing things around here. It's Baker's Twine's Essentials. It was in previous catalogs. It is in the current catalog. There are 5 different colors. This I thought was a little too dark. White was a little too stark, so I went with ivory, I don't know, cream, one of those colors. I always do my bows directly from whatever, the ribbon roll or the twine holder, I don't know what to call it. And that way you waste a lot less because you're only wasting from one side, this side here. So I'm making my bow rather too small. Let me pull that back again. I need it bigger than that. Tying bows online is always fun. But we'll make it this big, and then we'll pull this one down to match, because it is just a little space. So there you have the bow. Then I'll hold this and get my scissors, if I can find them, and then cut straight across here. And then essentially all I've wasted is this, because I tied it from the roll itself. And the same thing applies to when you're tying ribbon. There's one little tip. Now I'm going to teach you how to roll a glue dot. Many of you may already know this, but if you want to know how I'm going to use that on a tiny, tiny bow, I basically just put my take your pick tool at the beginning, and I literally roll it right onto, and if I need to, I can make it smaller just by rolling some more. Let's see if you can, oops. Let me see if you can see this. Not hardly, but believe me, it's on there. It's just rolled. I'm going to take this and put it on the back of the bow, and I am going to use my finger to pull it off. You would think it would take away too much stickiness, but truly these are very sticky, so it's not a problem. I'm going to open that bow up a little bit, and then I'm going to put it right on here. Isn't that cute? There we go. And then I'm going to flip it over and put some dimensionals. And I think I can put, oh, see, this is why you have 2 sides. I stamped this okay, but I didn't leave enough on the side, so I had to flip it over and do the other side. 2-sided paper is awesome. All right, I'm going to put, this is going in the mail, so I'm going to put 4. I'm going to give you another little mailing tip. So things don't get too squashed. Now on the card map, it shows it being right down at the bottom, but I didn't want to do that. And that's probably because I made this longer than what they did. It might have been a 3x3, and you can certainly try that. I'm sure it would look just fabulous. But I'm just going to put it up a little bit higher. And there you have a finished card. And it is quick and easy. The other nice thing about it is, we'll leave this here, because I cut the 4" by 3", I had extra paper. So I decided to take that very same paper, if I can find it, and I might not be able to. What did I do with it? Uh-oh. See, my desk is really clean. I should be able to see it. No, I'm sorry. I used other paper. It's like, what am I doing? Okay, so these are the 2, because this was a 6x6. I had the little pieces left over. All right. So then what I did was said, well, what would happen if I tried to turn it into a landscape? It does the same thing. I added a few gems instead of the bow. I used the shorter, there's 2 sentiment dies in here. I used the shorter ones. There was no room for a bow. I could have put a bow up here or something, but instead I used the in color resin dots. They're kind of flat, not sparkly or anything like that. And then of course I had these 2 sheets again left over, because when you cut it in half, there's the other half to use. So I thought, well, what would happen if I added this peach pie, which is one of the new in colors. So I put a background on it, and I like that one too. I used the skinnier sentiment and put the bow on it. And there, I would say within 20 minutes, I had 4 cards. And all I did was have to cut twice on 2 different sheets of paper. And I got all of these cards done. So I hope you enjoyed these. I'll bring back the other one. And I hope you're as excited as I am to see all of these with measurements. Again, next week I will do 2 cards just so that I can move it along a little bit quicker, but I wanted to be able to explain where I was getting it and why we were doing it. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was, let's move these cards. When you get a new pad from Stampin' Up, there's the names on the front, but if you turn it over to the back, you can peel these right off. Now you'll see I'm leaving the sayings on there. So I peel this off, and this is garbage, and it is sticky. And then I'm going to peel off the one that says peach pie. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. I'm going to open up my pad, and you'll notice there is a little spot in here just for this. Now, why did they do that? Well, if you have a bunch of pads that are open on your desk, some of the pad colors look very similar. I mean, like this almost looks red, and it's not the color of the die, but I can see very quickly by looking at this that it's peach pie. It also says peach pie. And then if you were, I'll go ahead and close it. If you're going to be stacking this, because they are stackable, this one's got stuff on it, so it won't stack that well, but they are stackable, but they stack better if you take the whole label off. It's just a little bit of thickness that you can peel off. They stick it really well. And it just makes it a little bit thinner. Well, come on now. I don't store my dies or store my pads that way. So it doesn't really matter to me. Now, these are in different languages, but there's also a plain one. I usually grab one. It doesn't matter if it has the name on it or not. And I put the wrong one on the inside. That's how much attention I've been paying to. I did not need to know that inside here was peach pie because I've already chosen it. So I'm going to pick it up. Well, I love doing stuff on camera. And if any of you know me at all, I do not refilm. I figured it's not live because I can't schedule my life that way. But I figure you all do stuff like this. The one that says peach pie should be on the outside so that you can read it. Let me see. I'm trying to do this not with my head in the camera because, you know, the back of my head's not all that interesting. All right. So there's where the peach pie goes. The plain one or any one of the written ones is the ones that go inside. And then if you want to, since you have them, you can also put one on the other side. Depending on how you store them, that may or may not be helpful if you tend to sometimes see the bottom part of the pad. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There used to be 5. We used to have Japanese too, but all right. So this way you can identify the pad no matter where you're looking for it, even when it's open. All right. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm throwing these away. Let me know in the comments. Consider subscribing. I post once a week on Wednesdays, unless there's a flash sale, like free shipping or some other awesome deal, which doesn't happen, you know, every day, but it does happen often enough that I do want to warn you that probably maybe once a month, maybe not even that often, there are sales. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to continue to see that. That'd be really interesting. I don't want to do 15 or 20 cards and find out you don't like this. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.